This is WJZ-TV, Baltimore.
From the city to the counties to your neighborhood. Now it's complete coverage. It's WJZ, Maryland's news station.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Adam May. Just days before the start of spring, and Maryland is bracing for another round of winter weather, and this system could impact your morning commute. Let's go straight to meteorologist Bernadette Woods. She is tracking first warning live Doppler radar. So, Bernadette, when is this storm going to get here?
Well, let's start out with first warning Doppler radar.
All right, Bernadette, we'll check in with you in about 12 minutes or so. WJZ is always on for the latest watches and warnings and your updated first warning weather forecast anytime. You can log on to cbsbaltimore.com. A community in mourning, a Pennsylvania college campus grieves tonight, honoring the memory of a Baltimore native who was killed when a bus carrying a women's lacrosse team crashes into a tree. It happened just outside Harrisburg in Pennsylvania. WJZ is live with the very latest tonight. Derek Velcourt has more on tonight's memorial that honors Seton Hill lacrosse coach Christina Quigley. Derek?
Adam, this one's especially hard.
All right, Derek, thanks so much. 2 victims remain in the hospital. Everyone else involved in that crash has since been treated and released. Well, a helicopter crash in Afghanistan kills several Americans, including one soldier from Maryland. 27-year-old Captain Sarah Knutson was among the 5 people killed when their Black Hawk crashed last week in the Kandahar province. The Eldersburg native was a 2007 graduate of West Point. Well, a pretty strange shooting inside a Westminster home leaves a man dead tonight. It happened this morning in the 400 block of South Hills Court. Police say a man was handling a gun on the second level of the home when it went off. The bullet went through the floor, striking another man who was sleeping on the couch. He later died. The investigation is still ongoing. No charges have been filed in the case. Some new security questions tonight after a fatal stabbing inside a Baltimore City shelter. Police say it happened early this morning at the Code Blue homeless shelter here in the 600 block of Falls Way. Investigators say that a man was stabbed during an altercation there and later died at the hospital. Homicide detectives are investigating. They say they have several leads on a suspect, but so far no arrests have been made in that case. 2 high school football players from Ohio are going to jail after being convicted of raping a 16-year-old girl. That girl was drunk at a party when the teenagers took advantage of her. And as for reports for WJZ, that incident was recorded and then shared across social media.
I'm sorry to put you.
And the case is not over yet. Prosecutors will present evidence to a grand jury next month to determine if charges can be filed against other teenagers as well. For the 4th time in less than 1 month, trouble on a Carnival cruise line. This time, engine problems leave a ship struggling to move. Tonight, a WJZ investigation reveals how the cruise lines avoid regulations and paying taxes. Now, Carnival says that Legend passengers were never in any danger and they were offered vouchers for future travel. Now to former Baltimore Raven Dante Stallworth. We have an update tonight. He remains hospitalized following a serious balloon incident. Investigators say that Stallworth and 2 other people were in a hot air balloon when it struck power lines in South Florida yesterday. Stallworth is listed in stable condition but has serious burns. He is expected to make a full recovery. He played last season with the New England Patriots, left the Ravens a couple of years ago. Now to Vatican City, where Pope Francis celebrates his first Sunday Mass as head of the Catholic Church. The Pontiff held services at the Church of St. Anna. Catholics around the world continue to give thanks for the election of their new Holy Father. Tonight, Gigi Barnett has more from Baltimore parishioners at the Cathedral of Mary Our Queen. And Archbishop Lori says he's going to Rome later on this year to meet the Pope in a private session. He says he will take the well wishes of local parishioners with him on that trip. Well, still to come tonight on WJZ's Eyewitness News, out of control, a deadly accident at a California racetrack. Also, an American mother killed on an overseas vacation who police have in custody tonight. Well, it's cloudy and 38 degrees in central Maryland right now, but a wintry mix is on the way. Bernadette will have the complete first morning weather forecast coming up in just a moment. Police mobilize after a brazen jailbreak in Canada. Officers say that 2 inmates escaped by climbing into a waiting helicopter. Yep, a helicopter hovering overhead. It happened this morning in Quebec. Police say the helicopter was hovering over the jail and then dropped a rope down to 2 inmates. Well, they didn't get very far. Officers arrested one of the inmates and 2 accomplices about 30 miles away. That second inmate is now holed up inside a house, currently surrounded by police. We're monitoring that situation. We'll let you know if there's any major developments tonight. Well, 2 people are dead after a crash at a California raceway. It happened yesterday at Marysville Raceway in Northern California. Sheriff's deputies say that several winged sprint cars were warming up when one sped out of control and then slammed into the pits, hitting 2 people. The track owner says 17-year-old Sprint Cup driver Chase Johnson is the one who lost control. Now to Turkey, where police arrest a suspect in the murder of an American tourist. That man has been identified as Zia T, arrested in Turkey here today, caught on video. He is charged with killing a 33-year-old New York mother, Saria Sierra. She was an amateur photographer that had taken a solo trip to Istanbul. Her body was found on February 2nd near an ancient stone wall in the city. No motive for the killing announced yet tonight. A brush fire damages or destroys at least 26 buildings in South Carolina. That fire began yesterday evening and spread pretty quickly near Myrtle Beach. No injuries reported. However, there are reports that multiple pets left behind were killed in the blazes. The cause of the fire remains under investigation tonight. Baltimore gets another chance to shine in the international spotlight as soccer teams from across North and Central America will compete for the Gold Cup. Tonight, Tim Williams has more on the positive impact for Charm City. Tickets for the matches will be available to the public this coming Thursday on March the 21st. Well, it certainly felt like Ireland out there today.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Go ahead, light it up.
I had my ring on earlier. The thing is,
St.
if
Patty's
you're
Day beacon.
unaware, our wall where we do weather is green, so I can't wear green. This is the closest I can get to it. I've had to take a lot of my green from today
This is
off.
a tough decision for you not to be able to wear green. I saw you wore your bright green jacket, though.
I did. I wish I could wear a lot more for it.
Well, it feels like Ireland out there, and it's really going to start to feel like it in a couple of hours, isn't it?
Yes, and the lack of sunshine is really starting to get to some people. But before we can get back to some sun, we do have a storm to talk about. Some of it already appearing across the state. So we're going to start out with first morning. Adam.
Bernadette, been playing with their cloverleaf ring. I love this thing. So cool. Thanks. Coming up next in sports tonight.
The Orioles are in.
This is WJZ-TV, Baltimore.
From the city to the counties to your neighborhood. Now it's complete coverage. It's WJZ, Maryland's news station.
For Flacco, flinging for Bolden. Went to the ground and held on. Touchdown.
A Raven no more. Wide receiver Anquan Bolden traded.
Tonight, reaction to the move from fans and players.
Hello, everyone. I'm Vic Carter.
Denise Koch is off tonight. I'm Adam May, and here's what people are certainly talking about right now. A big loss, Mark. Thanks so much. Our complete coverage continues tonight with Christy Aletto. She is live in Mount Royal at the Ravens Super Bowl DVD release party. She has new reaction to the trade. Christy?
Well, Adam,
All right, no comment at all, Christy. Thanks so much. WJZ will have more reaction from Joe Flacco to the trade of Anquan Bolden. That's coming up a little bit later on in this newscast. Gone without a trace, the search for a missing mother of 2 in Stevensville continues tonight. Volunteers and law enforcement both trying to find any new leads. Monique Griego is on the Eastern Shore with more on this mysterious case. And if you have any information on the disappearance of Robin Pope, you're asked to call Maryland State Police. One of 2 Pennsylvania men in an early morning crash at the Conowingo Dam has now died. That accident happened on Route 1, just north of Havre de Grace on the Harford County side of the dam. Police say the driver of a Honda lost control. The car slid into the path of an oncoming pickup truck. The driver of the Honda died at the hospital. The other driver suffered non-life-threatening injuries to his legs. Well, it was an overcast but mild start to the new work week. Almost warm out there. A live look outside right now. Lots of clouds, but not keeping people inside. Folks getting out enjoying that park. But should we expect some rain this evening that'll drive folks indoors? WJZ is live with first warning weather coverage. Meteorologist Bernadette Woods and Bob Turk tracking live Doppler radar. First up, Bob, with good news.
We do have some rain.
Well, still to come tonight on WJZ's Eyewitness News, the process of selecting a new pope begins tomorrow. How young Catholics are celebrating this first-time experience. I hope I didn't jump the gun, but I actually planted some grass seed yesterday.
That's fine.
But rain's coming, right?
Yes.
You're
This
okay.
is the time.
Got to get it green and looking good.
Yeah. All right,
All right, Bob, thanks so much. Well, time now for a quick look at some of the stories you'll find in tomorrow morning's edition of the Baltimore Sun. You can read more on Ed Hale's lawsuit against SMG, who owns First Mariner Arena's billboards. Also, is the Towson area overloaded with food shopping options? And how the Ravens are getting ready for the start of free agency period. For all these stories and a whole lot more, read tomorrow's Baltimore Sun, and remember to look for the updated forecast from WJZ's First Warning Weather Team. A recent real estate ad caught Mike Shue's attention. Tonight, he shows us this one-of-a-kind home located in the Inner Harbor. So bummed they rejected my offer, right? Well, the agent says they are in some serious negotiations with a prospective buyer. The house can be yours for just $8.5 million.
You know, there's no place to put your flamingos out in the yard.
Yeah,
or
that would
anything
be a
like
problem
that,
because
you
I
know?
actually have 3 plastic flamingos. I'd have to tape them up on the balcony. I'm not sure the neighbors would appreciate that too much in that area.
By the way, if you raise your offer of $12.74, they
Do you
might.
think maybe they'll consider that?
Still to come tonight on WJZ's Eyewitness News.